This is probably not surprising to anyone at this point. Let's just move on. The Amazing Spider-Man is a very good reboot. It's got really good action, good emotional moments, and very good performances. While Andrew Garfield's Peter Parker wasn't exactly the best, his performance as Spider-Man is spot on. His chemistry with Emma Stone was amazing, and he really nailed the quips. Lizard as a villain is just middle of the road. The Avengers is a very fun MCU movie. Loki is one of the most iconic comic book movie villains of all time for many reasons. For one, Tom Hiddleston rocks it as his character. He also does really well making you feel invested in Loki. Dredd is a movie that if you have not watched it, I strongly recommend that you check it out because this film is an underrated gem and it's one of my favorite comic book movies. Karl Urban is fantastic in this movie and I easily think this is his best performance. In terms of superhero casting choices, I would actually say he's very overlooked. Olivia Thirlby does a really good job as Judge Dredd's partner and she works well with Karl Urban. Lena Headey is terrific as the villain. The movie is incredibly well shot. The action scenes are super well done. They're very intense. There's no stupid shaky cam, and you can tell what's happening. The Dark Knight Rises is an excellent conclusion to the Dark Knight trilogy. Let's start talking about the performances. Christian Bale is fantastic as Batman, and if I'm being honest, this is the best performance he's ever given as this character. Anne Hathaway does a great job as Catwoman. Michael Caine isn't in the movie much, but he does do really good for the screen time he has. Morgan Freeman and Gary Oldman are both terrific. Joseph Gordon-Levitt is a really good addition to this movie and his performance is very good. Tom Hardy is absolutely outstanding as Bane. He gives, in my opinion, the best performance in the whole movie. Bane as a villain has motivations that are understandable. He's a great physical presence. He's scary and Tom Hardy is able to express a lot of emotions with just his eyes. Bane is the second best villain in the Dark Knight trilogy, right behind Heath Ledger's Joker. The movie is flawlessly shot and flawlessly directed by Christopher Nolan. The score by Hans Zimmer is amazing, and this movie has, in my opinion, the best final battle of the trilogy. I love The Dark Knight Rises. It's not as good as The Dark Knight, but it's still a worthy sequel, and people hate on this movie too much.